Hi everybody, it's Joy Packard. How are you guys doing? I am back from New Orleans. I was saying New Orleans, and then my girls told me that it's New Orleans. And when I got to New Orleans, they said it's New Orleans. So anyway, it was an amazing trip. I took a couple of my daughters, and a couple of my daughters and my daughter-in-law and a few of my grandkids. So it was pretty amazing. We were going for the Amazon Boost Conference, or at least I was, and I took my kids with me, and it was amazing. And so, I love being able to share this with you because it is something that I'm so passionate about. It's, basically creating moments. And, I do Amazon, and so, this was an Amazon Boost conference, meaning that they had actual Amazon people there. Not an Amazon conference like I put on. It's like Amazon people who work for Amazon. So it's pretty neat to see, and meet with those kind of people. That you can talk to them about your account. You can talk to them, about anything that has to do with all of that, all of the different things that have to do with what it is that you're doing. So anyway, we left on Monday and we just got back, and it was amazing. If you've never been, it's an awesome little town to visit. I love being able to take my kids and to be able to spend time and create moments. And I tell you what, there's never a time where I have gone on a trip or an outing with my kids or some friends or whatever, and I look back and they're just talked about for years to come. About 2 or 3 years ago, I remember going on a cruise, and it was called the Scanner Monkey Cruise. And it was, for Amazon. I was actually going and meeting up with other Amazon sellers, and it was really, really fun. Brought a few of my daughters, and we look back at those pictures, and it is so memorable. And I never regret, taking time and to travel, to spend time, however it is that you want to spend time. And so I encourage you, that if you, are waiting for the perfect moment, because it was raining. It was supposed to be raining in New Orleans, and I thought, it's going to be kind of a hard trip because, it's going to be raining and it's going to be kind of miserable walking around French Quarters and stuff. But we went anyway, and it turned out to be amazing. And so, it's one of those things that whenever you decide to go and do something like just what we did, having two of my daughters, one of my daughter-in-laws, a couple of my grandkids, and being able to spend time and take the time to create your moments. There's never a regret. There's never a time, like I say, where I'm like, I wish I never did that, as far as, taking time from your everyday life. Because we just got back from our family cruise on Saturday. I didn't even have time to really unpack. In fact, my room still has 2 or 3 luggages in there that I still need to do and wash, but got right back on because, I had this conference in New Orleans, and I ended up coming, and we just got back, and I'm just thinking about the last 3 or 4 days that I've spent with my family, and it's been amazing. And, at one of our church conferences recently, I can't remember which person said this, so I wish I looked this up before I talked about it, but they had a phrase where they said, you can do hard things. Maybe it was, his name is President Uchtdorf. So basically, it is whenever we have things in our life where we say, what, because, okay, I'll give you an example. My oldest daughter, I invited her to this New Orleans trip, right? And she said, she has this little baby, he's about 18 months old. And as cute as he is, he can be a handful sometimes. And so I told her, I know it's going to be hard. She basically, I said, remember we're going to New Orleans, and I, invited you to come. And she said, I forgot, and I'm just not going to come. It's just going to be too hard. And I said, I know it's going to be hard, but we can do hard things. And so I basically told her, just come anyway. And so she ended up coming, and we're still talking about it. And it was one of the best times ever. And I looked at her after the trip, and I said, see, you can do hard things. And so how do we relate that into everything that we're talking about? Well, whether it's taking the moments and taking the time, sometimes, we wait until the very, we're saving our money. We're waiting for the perfect moment to go on vacation. We're waiting for the perfect moment to take our kids on this dream trip or this dream cruise or whatever, whenever it could be as much as just going, an hour away and spending time or whatever. And so not just hard to go, whenever it's hard to just take off, but I'm talking about just in general, like sometimes we don't do things because we say it's just too hard. And so I want you to stop and think about things for a moment and think, I can do hard things. And maybe that would be a great quote to put, above your computer, on your mirror, or whatever, to where you say, I can do hard things. So if you ever catch yourself where you're saying, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if, I can either do this business move or take off time to go on this vacation or take off time from work to go eat lunch with my little boy, for Parents' Day or whatever, or Grandparents' Day in my case now, since my kids are not in elementary anymore. Whatever it is, it's one of those things that we can do hard things. And so I wanted to encourage you today. It's been an amazing trip. And I thought to myself, this is something that should be shared, because a lot of times, like I say, we say these things in our life. We say, I'm just going to wait for the perfect moment to take my kids, on this vacation, the perfect moment, the perfect business opportunity, the perfect whatever. And we're spending our time and our days waiting for the perfect moment because it's too hard, because it may not be the right time. Let me tell you, there's never a right time. It's almost like when you get married. Is it really ever the right, perfect time? I was thinking that when I first got married. Now, I got married when I was 18, and I thought to myself, is it like completely perfect? Not everything is perfect. Not everything that we do or wait for or whatever is going to be the perfect time. So I just wanted to encourage you, if you are thinking of taking your trip, thinking of biting the bullet or pulling the trigger on this business decision that you've been thinking about, whatever it is that you are waiting on, we can do hard things. And I love that quote. And I think it's something that all of us can implement in some way or another. Anyway, I just wanted to say a quick hello to you guys. Encourage you, if you have not yet downloaded and subscribed to my podcast. It is on iTunes, and on the Stitcher app for Android phones is called Joy Reveals. You just put Joy and then put a space and Reveals, and download it, subscribe, review, because when you do that, it helps me and my show to go up so I can share more information with you. There's over 16 episodes now. I'll be recording a few more this week. I try and record one a week, and when I'm out of town or something, I'll catch up. But we talk about not just Amazon, we talk about self-development, we talk about travel and business tips, how to become the best version of yourself. Today I'm going to record one on cruise tips. Since I just came back from a cruise, I started making a list of things of what would help me when I go on a cruise and think it would help you. So what I love about the podcast is not just on one particular subject. We will rotate weekly on those subjects that I just told you about. So join us, private message me if you have any recommendations on someone that you would like to hear or a subject that you would like to hear. And let me know what you think, whenever you listen. So thanks for joining me today. I know it's in the middle of the afternoon. I'm pretty tired actually myself, trying to catch up on everything by just being gone. And so just wanted again to say a quick hello, and I encourage you to know that you can do hard things and create your moments. So take care. I will talk to you guys soon.